Good morning, my children. On a digital mode, this is my first class and introduction class. I am a geography teacher. Do you know? You already know me in 9th class. On a digital mode, we started a topic resources and development. As earlier in 7th class and 8th class, you already know about resources. But again, in 10th class, it is a very vital period for us in this vacation due to a unwanted panic due to coronavirus. We started a digital mode by our advisory of our principal to start a class because we want to engage yourselves. We want to engage yourselves. Okay, after we all waited when we visually and physically we have to also started our classes after government declaration. Then again, but still we have to engage, to touch my children, our children, okay, for our topics. Then we start a chapter 1 from a geography topic, resource and development. Look at your black. This is a chapter 1, resource and development. It is not a subject. It is not a topic. It is not a chapter. It is a life history. Okay? I know. I already in 9th class, I have already discussed about you which things are written in your books and copies or text materials or on your digital mode. Any information you get from your text material or from your digital mode. Actually, these incidents or information first happening in your surroundings, then it comes into our books in printed way or any digital way. Okay? So, I confirm resource and development. It is not only a chapter for our preparation for our 10th class subject, but it is our life history. It is our surroundings. If you understand and look into your house, into your classroom, when you are going on the road with your parents, all are the examples of the resource and development. You know that example is a best weapon or an instrument to catch the concept. So, first example is very important. On your surroundings, resources are available. First, going into our topics, first we have to understand what is resources. Resources and development. First we have to know, then type of resources, then planning, etc. But on the primary mode, first we have to understand what is resources and then development. Remember, my children, when you are going to learn the concept, first you have to learn the paragraph, learn your topics, read by read. Then watch your topics from your digital mode. Then it will be better, easy catch the concept. First you learn the sentence, paragraph wise, sentence wise, word wise. On a micro level, you have to prepare your topics. First, learn your textbook. Remember that. Textbook is your important teaching, learning material for first, then the teacher, then you, then your textbook, then on graphical mode. Since times develop, we adopt the digital mode. But first prepare your textbook. Textbook is your first preparation for your next year topic. Okay? First you have to discuss about what you mean by resources. What is resources? Look at, this is a marker, this is a book, this is my dress, all are the resources. This camera phone, this mobile phone, all are the resources. Human beings has the knowledge, the skill and temperament and technology modify the on-height things from your minds and use the human beings as the brain. In our brain we have the knowledge, skill and technology, and then we upgrade our natural resources. Okay, natural resources for our utilizations. These books are made from the bamboo grasses or anything else. These chairs and tables, all are the product of the nature. And these natural products modified by technology, by our skill and knowledge and technology and training with the usable forms. We gain some utility of our resources. Then what do you mean by development? Resources and development are mutual factor to each other. Resources is used for development. Paper. We get the paper from the plants. So plant from our mines we get the mineral products. These are not resources. Do you know, some years ago, in 1960, our geologist experiment that in our Bombay High, there is a crude oil, but we have not science and technology or the machines. So during 1960, we have no knowledge and power to extraction of the crude oil from the Bombay High. So we purchased a machine, a crude machine. Do you know crude machine which extract the oil from our Bombay High, and then we purchased a machine from Japan, and we are usable and we are able to get. So still crude oil are not resources. Still we are not using. First, okay, then after introduction about our topics, we have to give the definition. What is resources? Definition. Everything available in our environment. Available in our environment, which can be used, to satisfy our needs, provided it is technological accessible, and economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as resource. Again, I want to say, before elaborately, bit by bit, explaining what do you mean by resource, first I want to again say the examples. Which, suppose crude oil, which is not pure. When you extract any minerals or oils from our mines, these are not resource. If you don't know an on-height way, then these are not resource. Everything available in our environment. Do you know what do you mean by environment? Environment means natural surroundings. Natural surroundings composed both biotic component and non-biotic component or abiotic component. Environment means natural surroundings. which can be used to satisfy our needs. Listen, on a hypothetical basis, which can be used to satisfy our needs. It's a big definition. Remember that it will be difficult for any learner. Remember that I have already discussed about you are not a student, you are a learner. I am not a teacher, I am a facilitator. Okay, you know everything. I am not a teacher, not a lecturer to teach everything in your mind. In your mind, you know something, but you have to use your brain. Okay, so everything available in our environment. Look at this is the classroom. This is also my surroundings. Chair, table, blackboard, TV, everything is our resources. Remember that? That chair, that book, that marker, human being has the only knowledge, only science and technology and the method or the approach to make this usable for me. Otherwise, these are not resources. First, we need the marker. This marker satisfy my needs, so it becomes the resource. Remember that a piece of the paper here and through these are not the resource. Everywhere there is soil. These are not resource. When we need for our satisfaction, we want to make the brick from the soil, then brick become the resource. Otherwise, remember that first, our thought, do you know, we as a human beings, we want to maintain the luxurious life. For your luxurious life, or a normal life, or an ordinary life, we want to some goods and services. Everything available in our environment, which can be used to satisfy our needs. These whiteboard satisfy our needs for my learners, for my children, to teach you. So these are the resources, provided it is technologically accessible. Suppose, due to a government decision or order, we are not able to provide you physically in class to provide you the education of our 10th class topics. So we started on digital mode to learning something. So your mobile phone is one type of resource, and that is technologically accessible. Due to technology, we are able to reach you through mobile phone, through internet, through the fax, etc., etc. It is technologically accessible. We have to use. And economically feasible. Economically feasible means, remember that. I have already discussion about what do you mean by development. Due to India is not a developed country. India is not a developed country. It is a developing country. We are in the path for development. Remember that development has no full stop. It is a continuous process. So it is technically accessible, economically feasible. Suppose time to time our smartphone price reduces, and everybody in our village, maybe a rural worker, maybe a business person, maybe a high salary based person, everyone has the mobile phone and the smartphone. So technologically we are able to use, and economically feasible. If on a financial basis, if it more cost, it will be not easy for my learners or my children to give the education through the digital mode, because we know our Indian people have economically sound to accept the resources. Everyone has the book, everyone has the chair, everyone has the there is no full stop. There is no, if we make a list what is resources by our own height, unusable product things, we are able to make the goods. So it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. What do you mean by culturally acceptable? We know technologically accessible means by science and technology we have to adapt. We are able to extract the crude oil, make the various luxurious life, then it will become the resource. Then economically feasible. So we are economically sound, able to use our different products in our house, maybe rich, maybe poor, but everyone in our family have some goods and service. Because as our variation of economical standard, financial standard, we have various goods and culturally acceptable. First we have to understand culturally acceptable. Remember that on that definition it has two parts. Technologically accessible, one part, economically feasible, second part, culturally acceptable, third part. Three parts. This definition has three parts. Culturally acceptable. What do you mean culturally acceptable? Suppose, as a Hindu, we eat the chicken or mutton, but Christian or Muslim adopt the beef. So, culturally acceptable. Our religious in our Raja or in our Dola, we adopt various articles, various religious facts, because culturally we are acceptable. But the other religious, we are not as a Hindu, we are not adopting anything. Our food, our customs, our song is not acceptable by the other various religions activity. We know India is a secular country, so various Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jainism, each type of the religious people are living in our country freely, and their way of the living, adapt of the and use of the products is different, because culturally related to the religious, their fashion, their taste of preference can be termed as resource. You already know that in resource, what do you mean resource in 7th and 8th class, but again I want to say to you, on 10th class, it is a last stage of the secondary class, do you know, 9th and 10th class. Elaborately, briefly, we have to understand what do you mean by resource. Remember that. I have already discussed about in class that resource, there is various type kind of resource, soil, air, water, we use the various. There is saline water or salty water in our Bay of Bengal. But these are not the resources for the production of the electricity. But we are depend upon for fishes or any business activity, but for generation of the electricity, we are not able to produce from the seawater. So, remember that all there is ଆମର ଯେମିତି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହନ୍ତି କେତେ ଏତେ କୋଟି ଜୀବ ଅଛନ୍ତି, crore species in our life, in zoology or botany, you know that various types of the species. But remember that human beings is superior or one of them than others. Why? Our height is smaller than the elephants and the giraffe, but we have the brain. Remember that except robot or the 5th generation computer, we have the brain and knowledge. So human being is the number one resource. Remember that. On the priority basis, human beings is the number one resource. Still, so human beings is called as human capital formation. All unusable products or the are usable form called as the resource due to only human beings, not by elephants, not by tigers, not by giraffe, not by dinosaurs, which are some years ago they were killed. Due to human beings, because human beings have the knowledge and the skill. So, on the priority basis, human beings is the number one and important resource, because all different resources are used by the human beings. So, again, we have to remember that if you have any doubt, then with my phone number, scrolling phone number, then you have to contact me. Okay, then I wait of your feedbacks. Then we have to again, after discussing about the definition of the resources, we have to again a very fundamental point about the relationship between technology or the physical environment, nature and institution by the interaction of the human beings. It is a triangle, human beings. Again I want to say, from various crore and crore species, human beings have human beings have only thought, no have the thought. Other creatures have no thought. Learn, my children. Listen, my children, human beings. You are my learners, you have the thought, I have the thought. Okay. But human beings make a very vital role to make the resource, to make the interaction between various factors which make the resources. Physical environment, institution, technology. Look at that. It is a triangle. There is a 3 arrow mark. In the center there is human beings. So there are from 3 arrow marks. 3 arrow marks started from human beings goes towards physical environment, technology and institution. Why these 3 arrow marks come from human beings and goes towards physical environment, technology and institution? First, because human beings have, again and I will say, human beings have the knowledge, have the brain, thought, by adopt their science, technology, mathematical approach, use physical environment, use technology, use institution, by their combinedly effort. If we left institution or physical environment or technology, resource cannot be found. Physical environment, technology, institution, by the interaction of the human beings, resources are found. Okay? Before discussion about the interaction of the technology and institution and physical environment, what is the interaction? What is the relationship between technology, physical environment and institution? First, we have to understand what is physical environment. You know what is physics? What is physical environment? Air, water, soil, all type of mineral resources which are able to physically view. These are the physical environment. This air is the physical environment, which is physically able to watch and viewed by our people. So these are physical environment. Then technology. What is technology? What is science and technology? Do you know? Later. In 21st century, you know about the technology. Due to technology, due to these mobile phones or internet or due to various apps, do you know, due to technology, India, not only India, whole world becomes a small village, a global village. But through aeroplane, through internet, so we are access and exchange our view and information by video conferencing. So technology plays a various roles. Without technology, our life becomes a mountain. Mountain cannot move. Our life also like during 21st century, without technology, our life like a mountain. Do you know Odia Achal? So we are all Achal. Then institution. Suppose various ITI or IIT, the school, education, geologically institution, so all engineering college, all are the example of the institution. Again listen my words. Before going to discussion about the interaction of the technology, institution and physical environment by the human beings, by the combinedly effect of the technology, institution and physical environment, human beings are able to form the resources. First, we have to discuss one by one by the examples. What is physical environment? That is nature. Forest, mountains, streams, river, oceans, all are the examples of the soils. Mineral resources. We are, as a human beings, we are also the part of the nature. All living organisms are also the part of our nature. Then technology. Do you know technology like the science, technology like internet, by exploring different, we are able to find out the various diseases by experiment through our laboratory. All are the examples of technology. Limitless examples. Institutions. In your physically class, I have already discussed about if you understand your surroundings, then my roles play a very minor role too. So I am not a teacher, I am a facilitator. My job is to facilitate of your knowledge, of your thought. In your surroundings, there is the resource. Okay? My job is not to feed everything in your mind. In your mind, have the knowledge and thoughts. My job is only recharge your brain. Then institution. This school is an institution. Various ITI, diploma institution, science, various all type of the training institution, all are the examples of the researchers. Through institution, we are able to make the technology. To adapt the soil, air or water, through technology, by the institution, we are able to produce the energy. Suppose water. Water is an example of the natural product or is an example of the physical environment. Only human beings have the knowledge and the technology. Use the water by technology, by hydroelectricity, through institution. Suppose in your Hirakuda Dam. Through institution, we are able to produce the resources. Then, so that is the called as the interdependence relationship between nature, technology, and institution. They are interdependent. Both are dependent to each other. If we forget these things, we are not able to produce the resources. If you forget the nature, we are not able to produce the technology institution. Without air, without forest, without, so we are able to produce the energy by the resources. Maybe from the wind or water or the minerals or the nuclear, all are the product of the nature. Without technology, we are not able to produce the resources. So they are the interdependence of each other to produce the resources. Then human beings. Again, I want to say these three arrow marks started from human beings, goes towards nature, institution, technology, because human beings make an anchor, make a producer, make a role maker, make a creator. In a TV serial show, have you seen the anchor? So human beings plays an anchor role to produce the technology, to produce the institution and physical environment. So that is the interdependence relationship between technology, institution and physical environment. The process of transformation of things available in our environment. Remember that? Environment involves an interdependent relationship between nature, technology and institution. So we have to first understand the first phrase of the sentence. Again I want to say, first before visualize, before when you want to see your any that digital class or from your YouTube channel, then first remember my student, first learn your topics from your textbook line by line. 5 times, 10 times, read your. My teacher said that if you learn the 10 times the subject concept, then it will be very easy to remember the concept. But without textbook, first if we go to the any guidebooks, that is not usable. Remember that textbook is through teacher, through the facilitator, through learners. Textbook is the first step. Is our first step to catch the concept. So the process of transformation things. Suppose process of the transformation of the things from raw materials or from the natural products to our human usable products, it will not take a 1 second. It is not a bomb explosion to make a 1 second to catch the fire of a sudden explosion. It will take the time to use the marker, to use this book, to make that whitener. It is not take a single time or 1 second to make these goods. I put on a dress. It is not it takes too much time. First we collect the cottons from our plant, do not plant our natural resources. Through cut, then take some raw materials from our plants, we are able to make the cotton. Then again, so it is the process of the transformation. Then after making the cottons or the fabrics, then we are able to make the clothes. Then so the fiber or the threads is the intermediary products. From cotton to threads or the fabrics, they are the intermediate products. Then again from our thread we are able to make cloth, then cloth root, then this dress material we are able to produce the dress. So it is a step by step and it will take the time. Systematically there is some step to produce this art. So the process of transformation of things available in our environment. Remember that? Again I want to say, in your topics there is various concept. But remember that, again I want to repeatedly say, example is the best way. First you catch the example, then go to the definition. First, in this, so due to changing the time changes. So first definition, when I teach in my classes like, so first my teacher said the definition, then exam. But so method and approach, teaching method is different. So teaching method is called as the learning method. It is not a teacher. We are not a teacher. So first example, then definition. Okay, so by definition, it will be easy for catch the concept. The process of transformation of things available in our environment. Daily, it is not required to go to the Mars or the other planets to collect our raw materials or improved products. In our environment, everything are available. So the process of transformation of our things available in our environment involves an interdependence relationship between technology, institution and physical environment or nature. So process of transformation from cotton to clothes, the clothes to dress, it is the process of the transformation by the tailors, by the in a spinning mill, laborers are put, machines are required to make the fiber to fabric products. So it is a process of transformation. Things available in our environment involves an interdependent relationship between nature, technology and institution. Human beings interact with nature through technology and create institution to accelerate their economic development. When I first started my topics, resources and development, then I also give some hint about what is mean with development. Without development is a bit by bit process. It has not a full stop. Some years ago, we had used the keypad phone, then smartphone, then iPhone, then so in science and technology, development has no full stop. So, Jagaji, through technology and create institution to accelerate their economic development. What do you mean accelerate? To speed. So time to time, we have to improvisation our products, quality and quantity of the products. So it is so human beings has only role by their knowledge, skill and technology, we are able to accelerate their economic development. Then do you think that resources are the free gifts of the nature as is assumed by men? Assumed by, it is not a fixed criteria, nature is a free gift. Actually nature is a free gift. In our life we give some tax for using the roads, for using the any natural spot, but remember that human beings make that luxurious buildings, luxurious goods in our life, TV, computer, mobile phone, many type of vehicles, but these are made by the human beings. But who make the mountain? Who make the sky? Who make the water? Who make the air? All are the free gift of the nature. In each moment we take some air through our breath. We never paid for breathing. So it is a free gift of our nature. They are not. Resources are a function of human being activities. Remember, it is a resource. Resource is a function of human being activities. Human beings activities. human beings, by their skill and technology, by their knowledge, by adopting a systematic method and approach, we are able to make the book, make the marker, make the phone, make this classroom, make the luxurious goods. So resources are the function of the human beings, are the product, or the resources are the finished product of our various input or raw materials or natural products. The human beings themselves are essential component of resources. Essential. Remember that. Require, need, necessary. It is a three different words, but their meaning is about to same, but they are not same. It is a part of, so requirement is the subset of the necessary. To eat the mutton and to eat it is a required, it is not a necessary. But take the resources, we need the dress, we need the clothes, we need the foods. Food, clothes, shelters are necessary, not required. For luxurious life, TV, cell phone, bike, two-wheeler are requirement, but not are necessary. Remember that. Sometimes my learners, my children, that I have doubt on my topics. First, they have to bit by bit read the sentence, then take the examples. If you understand your life, when you left your bed, when you go to bed, resources are available in your surroundings. So, do you know Lord Shiva has the imagination eye? Everyone has the two eyes, but Lord Shiva has the imagination eye. ତୃତୀୟ ନୟନ ଯୋଉଟା କୁହନ୍ତି, ଆମ ମଣିଷର, ଆମର ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ ବିଙ୍ଗସର ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ଥାର୍ଡ଼ ନୟନ ଥିବା ଦରକାର। ସେ ନୟନଟା କ'ଣ? ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଫିଜିକାଲି ନୁହଁ, ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି ଇମାଜିନେସନ୍। ଆମର ଇମାଜିନେସନ୍ ଯଦି ଠିକ୍ ନଥିବ, if we concentrate on our imagination, it will be very easy to catch the concept. All materials, text material from your books, first happening in our surroundings, then printed in your books. First, they are not printed, then we have to discuss it. First, in our surroundings, they are available. So, if you understand your surroundings, I know textbook is our first teaching, learning material for us. But your nature, your environment is also a teaching, learning material. Is your source of the knowledge. Your environment is the source of the knowledge. Do you know? Time to time. So picnic word used for the school student. Actually, that is in our curriculum. This is not a picnic. This is a study tour. Why in our educational institution study tour will time to time happen? Because we go to the nature. It is not a picnic thought for merry making our life, from recreation our life, to get the relax in our for natural picnic spot. These are the source of the knowledge, teaching, learning material of our knowledge. They transfer material available in our environment into resources and use them. So human beings are able to extract the oil from the mines. Human beings are able to collect the fishes from the Bay of Bengal, from the sea, rivers. So transfer, some stages are required from natural products or the raw materials or intermediary goods to their finished products. So transformation is required by again physical environment, technology, institution. These resources can be classified in the following ways. When I started my classes, then I say You already know about the resources in 7th and 8th class. But why our NCRT, our NCF curriculum give the resource and development chapter in 10th class geography? Why is it required? Because it is the last stage of the secondary stage, 10th class. You have to briefly understand the resources. Which type of briefly we have to understand? Now, after learning the definition of the resources, example of the resources, interdependence between these factors, physical environment, nature, institution, technology, we have to again discussion about the type of the resource. Type of resources is not on the single basis. There are various bases. We need to classify our resources on the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. There are various bases or criteria. Suppose when you are going to take part any competition in your school, maybe in your district or inter-district competition, there is various category, junior, senior, sub-junior, like this. So, some basis we have to classify according to the class or the age. So, these are the bases we need classified. So, like this. Classification of resources are made by some resources, on the basis of some criteria or condition. On the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. On the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. Biotic and abiotic. It is do you know in your science, life science or bio, you have already know about the biotic and abiotic, then it will not be difficult for learning. On the basis of origin means creation, how they are made. Biotic and abiotic are the two classifications of the resources. When we look at it, this concept, if you are unable to understand this concept, you are not able to understand this concept, because these are the dependence from this concept to this concept. Suppose when we are introduced about the what do you mean by physical environment or nature, then I said soil, air, water, human beings, plant, animals, microorganisms, but they are the mixed example of the physical environment, nature. For a disciplined facilitator or a learner, classification is best way to understand the concept. On the basis of origin, these physical environment, nature are divided into two types. First one is biotic, then second one is abiotic. What do you mean biotic and abiotic? Biotic means, bio means life, bi means life. Biotic means which resources are in the form of plant, animal or organism, or they maintain the life process. Plant, animal or microorganisms or their products are the examples of the biotic. Bio means life. And abiotic means they have no life, or they have not directly product of the life. Soil, air, water, these are the examples of the abiotic components. Okay, first only give some classification, then next classes we have to again about their definition and example. First you know some classification, On the basis of exhaustibility and renewable and non-renewable, we are able to produce the hydroelectricity or thermal electricity from water or coal. Remember that coal, time will come, coal will be finished. By the carbonation method, by the earthquake some years ago, plants and animals buried under the soil, they formed. So petroleum products take the time. So they are non-renewables. If I put some petrol in my bike, then if I'll be crying, where is my petrol gone? Then there is no chance to get to return or replenishable of my petrol. If once petrol used, there is no chance to get the again and again the petrol. These are the non-renewable. Renewables means air never finishes, water never finishes. If you cut the forest, again there is a chance to plantation our trees. So these are renewable. On the basis of ownership, individual, community, national and international. Ownership. This hat belongs to me. It is individual property. But school and a community, temple, park, these are not individual property, these are community property. Everyone has the chance. Nobody can oppose to use this park, to use the road, to go to the temple. Nobody have the legally power to restrict anyone to use the accessibility of these things. Then national and international. Okay, my students, on the basis of ownership, there are various types of the resources. Individual resources, community resources, national resources and international resources. What is individual resources? This is my shirt. This shirt belongs to me. So it is my individual resources. The school does not belong to me. It belongs to a trustee. So it is a community resources. Temple, park, community has road. So we are the part of the community, part of the society. Community has the power, legally power. Nobody can restrict, go to the temple, go to the park, because it is a community property. It is my site. So there is legally authenticated person to use my site, to use my vehicles. It is not a community property. Park is a community property. School, college, temple is a community property. National, our in border on land basis, on water basis in our sea, there is fixed. These are the national area. India team is a national team. Nobody can an Indian cricket team or football team or hockey team. Our prime minister, our assembly belongs to me or our village. No. So these are the national. Our area in our sea beach, sea or water, there is border is fixed. On the basis of status of development, then international. Then after some fixed of the some water area in our Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, then some water area is fixed. Some water area is fixed, which is used by both countries. On international institution, legally give the permission of various countries. So they are the international institution. China cannot say these water area belong to me. Nobody come to here, Indian or Pakistan or any Sri Lanka people come to here to catch the fish. Nobody, no country cannot be allowed, because these are the international World Bank, International Monetary Fund, UNICEF, World Health Organization, all are international institutions. ILO, International Labour Organization, all are the international institutions. Nobody can say our assembly is our national institution. Our country, our border area is fixed. Then first, on the basis, first time you know these things, then when on next class, we have to go to discuss or betterly, or clearly, or briefly, then you learn something or introduce about something. On the basis of status of development, potential develop stock and reserves. On the basis of status and develop, potential. What is potential? Do you know potential? Suppose there is a pencil. When we throw towards you, it hurt you something. It is a potential energy. In our minds, under the soil, there are some resources. Still we are not using, because we have no knowledge where are some mineral products in our air, in our crust. So on this time, till this time, these are the potential. Development stock means when we are able to our knowledge and by extraction method, we are extract the crude oil or natural products or mines from our mines, then these are become the developed stock. Then reserves. Do you know reserve like reservoir? Like this seed is reserve for me. Some resources, some air resources or water resources, some mineral products, some fishery products, some livestock in our forest, these are reserves. In a single day, our needs or satisfy of our need, our certification never ends in a single day. Time, day after day, we need some things. Then from our reserve resources, we are able to use. So we keep the reserves. So like in our domestic purposes, we keep the fridge, we keep the Godanger. We reserve some things, some products. When you need, at a time, as a rational human beings, no one at a time finished our products. So these are reserves. Thank you all of me. Then it is an introduction class of your topics. If you have some doubt, give some feedbacks of my topics from our scrolling bar of your YouTube channel. Then there is my phone number through my cell number. Then you contact me if you have some doubt. Only not clear your doubt. If you know, if any new question arise in your mind from a specified topics, these specified topics or related topics, then you ask questions anytime. I am 24 hours available to give some feedback. Okay, thank you.